this is fundamentally different from what you would see in a traditional shelter.
Traditional shelters, we are really looking at maximizing space, as many beds as we possibly can, because we really do have a crisis on our street. Navigation centers are designed both to be temporary in their need and location, but also to have more space for community development, for connecting with staff, for connecting with each other. We just had a guest at the Navigation Center just a moment ago tell us that they really all feel like they're a family here. And when they found out they were being housed, the cheers that went up from the people that are sleeping around them were really kind of heartwarming.
Because they've made friends here, possibly lifelong friends.
They've made friends here, they've made connections here, they've built community here. Sometimes they came in with that community, they were living outside. Navigation centers give us the opportunity to bring people who are living together outside in together, as opposed to a reservation system and a shelter system. You can come in with your partner. We're not saying you need to separate from the person that you're partnered with. You can come in with your partner, who is your family. You can come in with your pet and live here as you get ready to be housed.
Family, pets, partners, it's all part of that humanity.
That's right, the humanity, and I think the other thing that's really unique is just a more flexible schedule. So you coming and going when you want to. You don't have to leave work if you're working to line up outside. You don't exit onto the street all at the same time, which has less impact on the community around us. You're not in an institution. You're functioning in and out of. As a grown-up in society, your humanity can be restored that way.
How do people get into this program?
Yeah, navigation centers operate a little bit differently than traditional shelter. Access to our navigation centers like this one come through our coordinated entry system or through specialized outreach workers who engage with people who have been living on the streets, usually in the neighborhoods in close proximity to the navigation centers, so that they can come inside.
And so that's a matter of an outreach worker finds out that there is a person and reaches out to them, or how does that work?
Yeah, so our outreach programs are incredibly talented at making connections with people on the streets. And if you've been living outside for a long time, it takes a really long time to build that trust. And so we will reach out again and again and invite people indoors, and hopefully eventually they take us up on that offer and they can come into a navigation center.
Now talk to me about the integrated case management, which we're seeing in the way the space is built.
Yeah, so as you can see over here, you can see that our case managers are able, who work at St. Vincent de Paul Society, are able to really see into the space. They're moving through the milieu. It's not a separate and distinct function where a guest living here has to go find their case manager and have an appointment. It's a much more free-flowing experience.
They can just run into their case manager or wave hi through
when
the window.
they need something, they're available.
And how does that help move people out of homelessness?
Well, I think, a lot of what happens when people are outside for a really long time is that society turns away from them, and they are treated by those of us who are housed as less than human. And so navigation centers are all about rebuilding and helping to see people's humanity. Interacting, rebuilding trust day after day with a case manager is part of that process. In a really practical sense, you got to move quickly to get your documents together. You got to move quickly. We have to help you make to all your appointments so that when that housing becomes available, as we just met a couple in the navigation center, you're ready to go.
Now, talk about how this room, just the way that this room is designed and functions, adds to the humanity of living here.
Well, I hope you can see that how beautiful and spacious it is, how light it is. It's all about community space. It operates in a way, so some of our traditional shelters have more set meal times, more restrictions, smaller community spaces. And here you can see over here we have the 224 Lounge and Cafe, and people can get meals when they're hungry, just like you or I can at home from our refrigerator. And so it really focuses on building community here at the Navigation Center. There's built-in outdoor space. San Francisco has some really lovely weather, and so people can really benefit from the healing powers of the sunshine. It also means that they're less likely to need to be outside on the street around the navigation centers, because as you can see here, they have really beautiful spaces to make their own and to call home. And that's been really a really successful part of the design constructed by our partners at DPW. So here you're inside the dormitory space. You can see that people are able to sleep when they want to sleep and adjust and acclimate. to living indoors.
And you said that sometimes people come in with a non-traditional sleep schedule and leave with a more traditional sleep schedule.
Yeah, our providers let us know that when you're sleeping outside for 5, 10, 15 years, you're sleeping when it's safe to sleep. And so when they come inside, sometimes people just need to sleep for days to let their systems reestablish themselves.
You have these cubicle walls here that sort of allows you to fit more beds here without making people feel like they're on top of each other?
Yeah, it does give some privacy. Again, of course, we really want people to be able to exit and be housed in their own space. But this is a good transition moment to that so that they can come in from the elements, be safe, sleep well, eat well, take care of their basic needs while they get ready for ending their homelessness.